So how do you create awesome custom thumbnails that'll pop off the page and grab people's attention, even if you're not real techie or have Photoshop? Well, in this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you 2 websites that I use that are not only super user-friendly, but best of all, they're actually free. But before we dive in, you want to make sure that your YouTube channel is verified. So here's what you need to do. First, you want to make sure that you're logged into your YouTube account, and then you want to click on your icon up here. Click on your channel and click on over here where it says YouTube Studio Beta. So you're going to come down here where it says Creator Studio Classic. Go ahead and click on that. You don't have to just skip everything there. Okay, and then next we want to come over here where it says Channel. And you want to come down here where it says Custom Thumbnails. And see that they're not enabled. This is another channel that I have that I do not have any videos on. And then so in order to enable it, you want to come up here where your picture is, under your name where it says verify. Click on that. You want to put your country in here. Then you want to choose whether you want a text message verification. And then you're going to put your phone number in here. Actually, you can't put my phone number in because you only have they only allow you to create 3 channels with 1 phone number, and I've already done that. But what you would do is put your phone number in here. You'll get the text message with the verification, and then a verification box will open after you hit submit. You just put the verification number in there, and then you will be verified. So now that you're verified, you want to go over to a website called canva.com, and I'll make sure that I put all the links below this video. Okay, so this is the front page of the canva.com website, and the first thing you're going to want to do if you haven't already is go ahead and create an account. And one of the benefits to creating an account is that you can save all your designs here. Okay, and so the next thing you're going to do once you get your account open is you're going to come down here where it says create a design, and you're going to look under there for YouTube thumbnail, and you can see this is already has the dimensions that you need. It's already 1280 by 720, so you don't have to figure any of that out. As you can see next to it, there's YouTube channel art that you can also create. I already did a tutorial on that. If you want to check that out, I will put a link above. But go ahead and click on the YouTube thumbnail. Okay, and then it's going to open up another page. It's going to have the dimensions for the thumbnail that you need. And the first thing that I usually will do is to put a background, and you can either choose a background color, and I definitely recommend that you go with something bright that's going to catch attention. It doesn't always have to be bright, but there has to be contrast, and I'll show you what I mean by contrast as we create this a little bit more. Okay, so here's another thing you can do for the background. They have some free backgrounds that you can use. I wouldn't do anything that's too busy. We want to really keep the focus on the text and not on the background. Okay, so if you pick something too busy, it's going to take the focus off the text. So you want something plain, but something that'll still stand out. So you could do something like this. This has some texture to it. It's nice and bright. You have a couple other, and here's a couple of things that you can do to give this some more. You can adjust the color to it a little bit. You can adjust the tint. The vignette will darken the sides out and give it a little more depth. So you can play around with that, and you know, like I said, you can pretty much create almost anything that you want as far as a background. But what I did was I actually uploaded a background. I'll show you which one I did. And you can get these from free websites, free downloads. So here's the background that I used for the YouTube thumbnail that I'm using for this video. So I already downloaded it, and I just stretched it out like that. And then the next thing I like to do before I put any text in there is I like to put the picture in there because I want to see, I don't know where the text is going to go until I have the picture in there. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I like for pictures is I like a transparent, because with a transparent picture, it's going to pop a lot more with a transparent than if you have a background attached to it. But sometimes with the transparents, it was a real pain to try and get transparents. It took a lot of work. So I found this website that will remove it in 2 clicks, maybe 1 click. So let me take you over there, and I'll put the website name underneath. So that is called Remove BG for background, I imagine. And you don't even need to log in to do this. And because I think the resolution is not the best resolution, but that's okay because our thumbnails are small. It's free. So all you need to do is you can either come over here where up top where it says upload an image, or you can go down the bottom and just upload an image right here. Here it is. Okay. I think it's just one click. So that's pretty amazing, right? I mean, it did a really good job of taking that background out. I didn't have to do anything. So you just want to go ahead and click on, there's a few more edits you can do with it if you want to mess around with that. I really don't need to do any of that. But you can go ahead and click the download. I just download it. It's going to download it in a PNG format because it's transparent. You want to make sure you keep it in the PNG format. And then you can go and upload that image by going to Uploads, Upload Image, and let's just say I already did that. And there is the image. And I like to make it nice and big. And I like to move it off to one side so that I can put the text in there. Okay, and we can resize that a little bit once we start getting the text in there. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to add some text. And the deal with the text is you don't need to be exact with your title. The less text that you have, the better. So you don't have to, it doesn't even have to match what your title is. The reason why it's important that your title is exact is because it's keyword research. But for your thumbnails, it's not keyword research. It's more or less to attract people to get their attention. Okay? So the less you can do, I would say anywhere between 3 to 7 words. You just don't want to make it all jumbled where they can't read it, because the more text you have on there, the smaller the text needs to be. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on here how to make, I like to do different text boxes so that I can do different sizes. I like to do it in caps. Oops, where's my caps at? Okay, so what we're going to do with this is I'm going to just turn that a little bit. And then what I want to do is I want to put a background to it. So I always will put a background to the text to make it pop more. So you can come down to where it says elements over here on the left. And I always pick the white box here. You can change it to any color you want. Okay, and then we're just going to move it over there, but you see it's covering the text, so we're going to need to position that behind the text. Okay, and we're going to need to also just turn it a little bit. Sometimes you have to move some of the elements out of the way in order to get the element that you're working on. And then I want to make that bold. I want to keep that on one line, so I'm going to stretch that out. See if I can get that bigger. We'll come back and play with this when we see how much room we have. And then I have another upload for the YouTube logo. I like to put that as big as I can because that gains attention and this is what people are looking for. I'm going to turn it a little bit to match the other text. Okay, and then I'm going to add some more text. How to make YouTube thumbnails. Drag that down. Turn that a little bit to match with the other text. And then we're going to grab, I'm actually going to make that white against a black background. So we just want to keep contrasting the text as much as you can. So I'm going to go and grab another element over here. Shrink that down. And then we have to position it over here. We have to send this behind the text. There we go. And then we want to just turn it to kind of match. There we go. And we can make this, definitely make this bold. And we can make it bigger. see how big we can get this. Oop, that might be a little too big. And if you don't see the text here, you just go in and manually change it. So let's just say we want 60. That actually looks like it might work. I think we need to, you're going to have to play with it. Stretch that box out a little bit more to make that fit. Okay, and let's fix this picture here. Sometimes you have to move the element out of the way, you see, because this picture gets in the way and you're not able to change any of this text. Sometimes I just move it out of the way so that I can work on this. And then what I did was I downloaded another image, free clip art, and here it is, because in my head I was thinking how to make your YouTube thumbnails pop, and this is what came to mind. So I'm going to add this down here. I might want to try and move everything up so I can get everything as big as possible. You might have to make this a little bit smaller. Okay, and then I'm going to add some text on top of that. And I want to change that text to be thicker. Let's see if I can remember which one I used here. Okay, finally got it. And I'm going to move that on top, and then just going to turn that slightly too. And you can also stretch this out to the size that you need instead of going up here to the font. And I think maybe an exclamation point. See if we can get that fit in there right. All right, perfect. Okay, I think we can make this a little bit bigger. Try to get your text as big as you possibly can. So, and that's, the less text you have on there, the bigger it's going to be, because you want to make sure that you're going to be able to read the text. A lot of people will watch these videos on their mobile, and so when it comes down the timeline, you want to make sure that they're able to read the text on their mobile. Oops, I almost forgot to switch out the background on this. So generally, like I said, I like to change the contrast up a little bit. So I'm going to change the text to white and the background to black. Make sure I can find it again. There's the text is white. Now I got to change that background to black. There we go. There. Gives it a lot more contrast. Okay. And then next, when you're all finished, you can come over here where it says download, click on that. And you don't want a transparent background. They do charge you for that. So you can just keep it in the ping format and click download. And that's it. Alright, so that wraps up this week's tutorial. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did and you want to see more videos like this, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. You guys have a wonderful, amazing week. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.